loved you. I took everything that you ever threw at me. You trying to tell these people I wasn't down for the poly relationships and the fucking... I was fucking bitches with you. I was bringing bitches to our fucking room.
Right here, right now. It's the right time, It's the right time, right now. Tell the whole pipe down. Tell that nigga pipe down.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. And you already know, Reclaim Your Throne. So guys, I want to talk about this topic. We're back to talking about Marissa Danae and NLE Choppa's relationship. Now, the reason why we're talking about it is because I think it's a good case study for men, especially black men today in this age, to learn from. And there are a lot of mistakes that NLE Choppa ends up making in this relationship, for the sake of whatever his personal intentions are. And maybe he emotionally is that wishy-washy. But what's going on in the relationship is, there are a lot of things going wrong in this relationship. So let's get right into the video and I'm gonna break it down.
But you're not in a relationship because you have a baby on the way, correct?
No, I'm in a relationship.
Oh, okay. Because it seems like so you're I guess ex-girlfriend, which
some people delusional. I am a free man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I am God's creation.
Yeah.
Don't nobody own me. I ain't got no cell block number.
But you do have a baby on the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you pay her to have the baby? Because this is what she's saying.
Oh yeah, IVF.
Okay.
IVF.
Oh, so you paid for the IVF?
Yeah.
But that's not really paying somebody to have a baby.
Yeah, I think she worded it wrong, but
okay.
Yeah, I went through IVF, cause we previously had a miscarriage, and that was pretty much my way of saying, pretty much like another chance at it in a sense, but it was understood from the jump that I wasn't in a relationship with no one. Mm-hmm. But I just felt like.
But you're not in a relationship because.
Hey man, so that's the first clip, and this is what's her name, L'Oreal, the one who took the jabs at Michael B. Jordan in the past, and then the red carpet thing, we broken it down. But guys, NLE Choppa made a huge mistake. As a man, unless you are married to that woman and you are trying to have kids, why are you paying for a woman's IVF? Now, it doesn't make sense. That procedure is $15,000 to $30,000, and I know he's got the money, but this just goes to show more black men wasting their money, dude. What? That miscarriage, respectfully, the miscarriage should have been a chance to, get a clean slate. Like, that's where you say, okay, God bless me, I'm not finna have a child on the way. And then you stop, busting in her, or she get on birth control, or something happen. She is 26 years old. I don't think her age is that much of a factor in her fertility, as in, maybe she had an abortion in the past. Okay, and I don't know, but you start to see these fertility issues with women who have abortions, okay? And it's a real thing. So that could be something that could happen because she was a bottle girl. She was working in the clubs. Most of those girls are getting their cheeks clapped. They don't go 6 months without the D. They're always intercourseally active, and that's the lifestyle that they live. Now, she is a lot older than him. She's 6 years older than him. She's 26, and he is 20 years old. So, and obviously she met him when he was a lot younger, but nobody wants to talk about that. But my issue is, for one, that's a huge mistake, paying for, bro, if she had a miscarriage, that's where you should have said, okay, maybe that's a sign from God, especially if I'm not going to marry this woman. I need to just cut my losses and break it off. I mean, I'm not him. Obviously, you know, these young guys, they're super irresponsible with their Johnson. And it looks like he's not giving her the correct support during the pregnancy. Now, let's watch.
Just felt like, I don't know, I don't never owe nobody none, but I felt kind of sorry, if that made sense. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to try to make that situation right. And I'm still the asshole. Yeah. Just felt like.
So he felt sorry about her having a miscarriage, and he paid for. I mean, you could look at it as a gift and a curse. For him, it's going to be a curse. For her, it's going to be a huge, bountiful gift, especially if she can really collect on the child support. And this is why you don't pay for things like that. It is absolutely ridiculous. You're paying to be put on child support because you're not going to be with that woman and you're not going to support her during the pregnancy. I mean, if you was like there holding her hand at the doctor's appointment, which I would say is the least that you could do, if you're going to pay for that procedure to happen, you need to be with her throughout the step, you know, every step through. And she could be acting crazy, whatnot. Maybe you need to get security or some type of police escort to go and have that done. But I think that, you know, that's just the only way you can really do that. But obviously, they have deep internal issues within their relationship. And this is why you men, especially black men, bro, y'all, I mean, bro is just out here wilding with his Johnson. So is NBA Youngboy, and we're going to talk about that as well. All right, so Marissa Dene reveals she's expecting a child with NLE Choppa and calls him out for being absent during her pregnancy. And obviously, a lot of the onus has to go on her, okay? Because you're dealing with this super young guy. He's a rapper. You listen to his lyrics. Obviously, he's not going to be there for his kids. I mean, you know... And maybe he's waiting for the kid to come out and he just wants nothing to do with her because she crossed the line. Now that could be the case, and in that case I could understand why he's not going through the process. But at the same time, if you want to have a healthy child, you want to minimize that stress. I mean, it's obviously, I mean, they just don't know what. I think he very much knows what he's doing. I genuinely do think he very much knows what he's doing. And I think he's, you know, he, like he said, he's an asshole. He's very manipulative, and he knows how to run game. Like, he knows how to run that next level hood, like, smut her out gang, which is exactly what he did. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he got that, I wouldn't be surprised if he got the inspiration for the Smut Me Out song from the relationship that he had with her, because she gonna start speaking on some things later on, so let's keep going. I really been trying to hold it down and keep it together, but I'm really honestly just fed the F up. You constantly trying to holler at folks, take folks on dates and etc., but you have failed to show up for your child that you paid for me to have. You think because you may pay a doctor bill or send a few dollars for certain ish, that changes the fact that you're absent as absent as F. I've had 31 appointments since we placed our child in my stomach. Yeah, 31 appointments. I'm not going to 31 appointments. I ain't going to cap. I would say if he could hit 30% of that, I think that would be acceptable. Obviously, he hasn't gone to any. And there's probably reasons why he hasn't gone to any. I'm pretty sure they have a toxic, and the anger that she's exhibiting, probably borderline violent relationship. Mostly on her end. There aren't any reports of him being violent towards her, but I could really see the anger that I see in the video that I'm about to show you guys from her. I could really see her getting physical, because this type of emotion from a woman is very dangerous. And this is why I don't think you should run game and do. I mean, he's trying to. he completely like took her heart and crushed it, and you know, I don't support that unless she did something to warrant that. And I'm pretty sure she probably said some irredeemable things that he was turned off by, and now he's maybe getting revenge. But either way, what he did to this woman at a young age just goes to show that women mature way slower than men when they are this attractive, which she's an attractive woman. When a woman is attractive, bro, her maturity level is like, she damn near acts like a kid up until she stops getting that attention, because, you know, she wants to be babied, and obviously every woman kind of wants to be babied, but I mean, she's also doing a job that doesn't force you to mature. Like, women think that because they've been in the club and that they're a bottle girl, like they've seen life. No, like you can't even respectfully say what you do, your profession. You can't walk in a room full of intellectuals and say what you do and be respected. So it's like not a brag. You know, the club life is probably the most immature life you could live, because you get to dress up and play Halloween every freaking night. So that's what I have to think. And I'm not, you know, it is what it is. We go to the club for our reasons, but and then also in the past, remember, she said, "Oh, he's done more for me than any man in my life has ever had." So so you could tell she was, for one, messing with guys who look like him but didn't have the money that he had. Okay, so those are the Pookies and Ray Rays. Those are the low value men. Okay, those are the low value men. Those aren't Malcolms. We don't consider them Malcolms. And if you don't know what a Malcolm is a mildly attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man. Okay, and you know, we just don't consider athletes or celebrities or, you know, these trap lords to be high value men, because you can't get into a room full of business owners and talk, you know, about how you make your money. You can't get into a room full of business owners and talk about your KPIs and talk about, you know, things that make your business explode. You can't talk about marketing a drug empire. So you can't really consider those guys high value men. So even if they're making $1 million a month off drugs, if they don't have a legitimate business, you can't consider them high value men. So let's keep going.
7 wasn't where he was supposed to be.
Weight wise, like the weight, and he was probably sick, determining his weight. To that fat lady scene or whatnot, I ain't really counting nothing out. So I ain't want to come to that conclusion. But yeah.
So they did a vaginal ultrasound and a regular ultrasound, and they couldn't find his heartbeat at all. And so I had to proceed with doing the rest of what I needed to do. So we had lost him.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a very emotional take, but what I do want to say is this is the part that women don't talk about. Every woman thinks they're fertile till they actually get off birth control and get bust in and ain't no baby coming out, or they're having situations like this where the baby loses its heartbeat, you know, God rest his soul, because it is in fact a baby. Why do you think she was so emotional about this? And now this is a pro-life, pro-choice conversation, but it is indeed a baby. They couldn't find its heartbeat, so it had passed away. And, you know, why was that? Was she making her womb a safe place for that child by her eating habits? I mean, maybe he put her on that vegan stuff. Hopefully. But, or that could have been the issue, because not, you know, we can get into that whole conversation, but certain diets don't work for certain people. So, so yeah, let's keep going. Let's break it down. Very sad situation. I'm sorry for their loss. And I see how emotional that situation was. So he felt like he owed her a child, but you don't owe nobody anything, my brother. You really don't. And I know you did that supposedly out of the kindness of your heart. And I'm sure she did and has said some irredeemable things in conversations, phone conversations, arguments, whatever, because girls in the club, they have a big mouth and they don't know when to shut up. All right, guys. Now, this time we're going to be breaking down one of Marissa Danae's live streams. And what we're going to do is we are going to hold her accountable now, okay? We're going to hold her accountable now. Because a lot of these women, they are really out here, for one, dealing with guys they know they have no business dealing with on a serious level. And she is going to have his child, which is an issue. But we're going to get into it. I mean, she's a very beautiful woman. Obviously, she could have had a professional man. She could have had a Malcolm. But she chose NLE Choppa. Why? Because he is a thug maxed rapper. Remember these terms. Thug maxed, okay? He is a thug maxed alpha simp. Okay? Let's run it back. Who did we have who was the first thug maxed alpha simp that we had on? Blueface. Who was the second thug maxed alpha simp that we did a video on? Finesse 2 times. Who's the third? NLE Choppa. He is a thug maxed alpha simp. You have to get these terms hammered into your head, okay? Because it's so important, because you need to know how to identify the men in your circle, okay? See, as a man, I need to know who I'm around, all right? I see this guy, he's a thug maxed alpha simp. I know that his masculinity comes from the barrel of a gun. So he believes that what makes him tough is the fact that he can pull a trigger that, a baby could pull. You see what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with a man like that, you have to know how to move around, okay? And you can't be with these guys all the time. You want to limit your interactions with these guys because these guys are simps, guys. You can't have a circle of simps. He is a thug max alpha simp. You can't be around him. He will get you deleted. And I'm not saying NLE Choppa in particular, but I have seen videos where he's tried to buck up on people and all that kind of stuff, and he talks the talk in his music, and people are going to try him based off of the fact that they want to see if he's really about it. So let's keep going on her.
Let's tell him why we really, quote unquote, broke up. You're a liar. You're lying.
Y'all be so weak in the knees. Stand up. Stand up. I mean, I just keep hearing that, babe, because, bro, I mean, this is the thing. A lot of these chicks always try and make it seem like they're getting the upper hand on their relationships and all this stuff. When you run into a thug max alpha simp, it's over, okay? This dude is making, you're embarrassing yourself making this video right now. That's the funniest part, because a lot of these women, bro, they just don't get it, man. You're 26 years old. You're dealing with a 20-year-old man. He wants to smash around. The best thing that you can do is zip it. I mean, at this point, and it sucks, but if you want him, I don't care if he disrespected you, and he did do some disrespectful things to her, according to her, but you just have to eat it. That's the only way to deal with these types of men. And if you're a woman and you can't deal with that, then you cannot deal with a thug max alpha simp rapper who would be considered a top tier Malcolm, a massively attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man. But because, we don't consider rappers or athletes high value men, then he can't be considered a real high value, a true high value man. But for the purposes of this video, he would be classified as a top tier Malcolm, a massively attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man. So let's keep going.
You trying to please everybody, nigga? What? Are you serious? Are you serious?
I mean, she's got a nice rack. I'll give her that.
I text you.
The lips though, they're injections. Okay, man, I could break these. The lashes, fake as hell. Look like glue-ons. I ain't even gonna cap. So she a ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Or a ratchet chick. What else? Okay, obviously the nails, they look good. But look, it's the the double chin when she's crying. Ugh. Ma, this is not a good look. Get up off that Instagram. Stay up off your Instagram, your temptation. Yeah, it's over, bro. You look like a fool.
And update you about the baby. You hit me with, I'm not moving forward until you sign an NDA, because you know I'm gonna tell the fucking truth.
You see, she got the spit streams. She got the spit streams coming down her mouth. And I mean, obviously, NLE Choppa is an industry rapper. Obviously, if he signed to a major label, he probably sold his soul. I'm gonna keep it about a lot of people, you know, whatever. We're not gonna get into the conspiracy entertainment stuff, but hey, it is what it is. But so she's dealing with, not only because before I didn't really know who NLE Choppa was like that. Now I started listening to his music. Now I started like seeing the way that he's moving. Now I started seeing the women who have dealt with him. And, you know, I mean, I'm sure he's cool or whatnot, but he is a wicked man. And that is the reality. So what happened when Brittany Renner was messing with these wicked men, Kevin Gates? Okay, he's a wicked man. You dealt with him. These Thug Max Alpha Simps are typically wicked men. They don't have ethics. They don't have morals. Okay, they have street codes, street this, street that, street that. Bro, that isn't a real ethics code. That isn't a real moral code. That isn't something as a man that you can actually stand on and have respect for, because nobody respects you when, you know, you're 6 feet under or, you know, in a jail cell. I mean, you might get physical respect, but it's not real respect that's tangible. It's not respect you can cash to the bank, okay? But anyways, let's keep going, because I know people are going to be upset that I said NLE Choppa sold his soul, because I know y'all love to deride these musicians. But, I mean, it is what it is.
You know I'm not lying. And you done did way more stuff. And I've been holding you down. I went through hell and high water for you.
I'm not gonna lie, it is a little funny, because, dude, girls in the club who are bottle girls, dude, they're wicked women as well, and they finesse guys all the time, like, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna pull up, because they do it because they think that if a man's, you know, ask them, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'll pay you $500 for the walk. Like, they're disrespected by that, but instead of immediately saying, no, I don't do that, boom, boom, bap, what they'll do is they'll say, oh yeah, send half, you know what I'm saying? And then they'll get the half, and then they won't talk to the dude ever again, and whatever. So they're wicked women too. They're bad people. They finesse people all the time. I'll tell you, about 90% bottle girls are wicked women. I'll stand on that, bro. Respectfully, it is what it is, and they don't care how they make other people feel. So that's why I find it amusing, because for one, she's an older woman trying to finesse a young dude, and she thought she was going to finesse him, and he finessed her. However, she is about to have his child, and with all the stress that she's going through, respectfully, and I say this with all due respect, from a biological, medical perspective, all this stress that she's going through, I mean, her baby might come out with a foot in its mouth. Like, literally a foot as a tongue, bruh. Because she is stressing. She needs to get her hormones down. She needs to eat some comfort food. She needs to sit her behind down and you know, have the little, the neck pillow and just lay down and have somebody rubbing some oil on her stomach. But see, that's what a husband is supposed to do. So you need to, before you have a child, you need to secure that commitment, and you never secured the commitment, and you're having a child out of pity of a miscarriage, which is an emotional decision on both of you guys' ends. And you know, you could probably say I'm an asshole too for saying that, but that's the reality. And as a man, I'm just speaking objectively on the situation. Y'all are having a child and bringing a child into this world in a toxic relationship where, for one, I mean, I'm not going to get into all that, but because I can go deep on this, but y'all are having a child in a toxic relationship. And that child is going to be emotionally, mentally scarred. This is why I keep saying These women don't care about the stability of the emotional stability or mental health of their children.
You're fucked up. And then you made it seem to me like you wasn't there. You didn't get to be there for your first child. So I've been doing everything in my power so you can experience all that shit.
So he's saying, so he had a child with another woman and told her, see, this is the game. Yo, this dude's slimy. And I'm sure he probably slimed his first baby mama out too. You know, when you got two baby mamas who hate you, you know you're like, I mean, in a relationship, you an ain't-ish dude, you know? And like I said, he's a wicked man. He has gotten fame and fortune at a very young age. And just like most kings in the Bible who got fame and fortune at a young age, they squander their youth with earthly pleasures, and they end up with nothing at the end of their life. Now, I'm not saying that he will do that because he seems like he has more of a head on his shoulders. He's more of, I mean, so she's a narcissist off rip because she's a bottle girl. We already know that. But he's more of a narcissist than her. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing, bro. Most bottle girls are not good people, bro. 90%. And any bottle girl will literally tell you that. Like, I talk to them, you know, and I'm not saying the ones that I talk to are not good people. Most of them are not good people. And they do shady stuff all the damn time. So this is her comeuppings right now. And that's why we can bask in this glory of this and we can laugh and poke at her a little bit. Because we know for a fact how many dudes you're finessing in the club, selling lust to them. Dude, I mean, it's ridiculous. So, so what were you talking about? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, her age, dude, at your age, you're getting finessed by a 20-year-old. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
All that shit.
No, this woman, Simone, said, you can't force a kid to be a man, baby. I'm sorry you going through this. Man, don't be sorry for her because she put herself through this because she knew for a fact. Dude, you're not going to tell me this beautiful woman could not find a good man. Dude, they're so full of it. Because you know who the good men are? The guys who say, look, I'm going to put you up, just quit your job. And guess what? They choose not to quit their job because they don't want to have to depend on no man. But then you end up depending on a thug, maxed, alpha, simp, massively attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man. And you get your heart ripped out of your chest. These are the decisions that these women make every single day. And that's why I personally do not feel sorry for her. They say, you going to stress yourself and the baby out, mama. See? But if a man says it, then it's a problem. Oh, do you have a medical degree? Well, I don't have to have a medical degree to understand that this high, intense level of stress during pregnancy is going to alter the development of that child.
You got these people. Bro, you crazy as fuck. You crazy as fuck. You sit up here, spend birthdays and holidays and shit with me. But we not together.
Birthdays and holidays, I mean, it sounds like he's there. And honestly, he's probably just piping her down. And you could tell she's not ready to move on. She's not having intercourse with anybody but him. So this is so much game. When women say, oh, well, I haven't had intercourse in like 5-6 months, or I ain't had intercourse in this long, or I ain't had, if she's a baddie, now all these ugly chicks, I believe them. But if she's bad like this, the reason why they're saying that is because they can't emotionally move on to a new guy and they're dealing with maybe a baby daddy or some super, like, I mean, obviously NLE Choppa is a top tier Malcolm. You know, obviously, we've already made a disclaimer. For the rest of this video, we made a disclaimer. He's not a high-value man, but he is a top-tier Malcolm, and Malcolms do fall under the classifications of a high-value man. But outside of that, because he's an entertainer and rapper, and, you know, maybe he deals in illicit narcotics, whatever, I don't know. But he can't be considered a high value man. Okay, so anyways, NLE Choppa, he is a Thug Max Alpha Simp. So she is only dealing with him because he has her heart. And she thinks, oh, maybe I can work it out. Maybe I can work it out, make it out, work it out. And then they're going to have the kid. Maybe, maybe she's basing her future decisions on right now. And she's, oh, well, maybe when the kid comes out, then I'll be able to, get him to come. And then it's just going to be even worse. Because if he's not there, oh my God, I could see him not being there. If he's not there on the pregnancy day when her water breaks and she's having that child, Lord have mercy. Imagine how she's gonna blow up on Instagram, dude. You can't make these storylines up. I know I'm 100% right about this. Unless she sees this video and alters her movement, dude, I guarantee. How much you want to? Let's make a bet in the comment section. Make a bet. I'll put $1,000 on it that he doesn't show up to the pregnancy. I really will. Like I put $1,000 on it that he does not show up when the child comes. Why? Because he is a thug, maxed, alpha, simp, massively attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man. That's why. I mean, it's a reality. Now, I'm not saying he's an actual gang member, but he is a thug. The way that he moves thuggish. He tries to act hard. He tries to, all this stuff. But honestly, what is he? $150, $160? You're crying about a man who's maybe 155 pounds. Like, these women, you can't make this stuff up.
Yes, you were quote unquote single. But let you tell it.
She got that struggle wireless. She got that struggle wireless.
Tell the people why I was really crying. Because I had surgery just a few days ago. But prior to that,
people say he calling, so it glitched out. Yeah, that could be it.
That I was sticking myself with 5 different fucking medicines that was changing my hormones, and you was fucking with my fucking feelings.
And maybe she is over exaggerating him effing with her feelings. I don't know. I'd have to see the text message thread. We don't know what's going on internally. But she admitted that she was on a whole bunch of different drugs and it messed with her hormones. So maybe he isn't that bad of a guy. I don't know. Maybe she could just be raging out. But either way, you're older than him. You should know better. I mean, how many thugs have you dealt with? I'm sure you've dealt with a lot. I think didn't she already have a child before coming into it? I don't know. I don't remember. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure she's dealt with a lot of thugs. Lots and lots of thugs. Like, what is she, 26? So the body count formula, we got 8 times, I would say she's a bottle girl. She has a high level of promiscuity. So 8 times 7, what is that? 56, right? Something like that. But anyways, yeah, high level of promiscuity. I would say she probably has 50 bodies. Not counting women, because she admits that she had threesomes with NLE Choppa. She admits that. So, let's keep going.
You fucked up, dog.
I guarantee I'm close on her body count too. Yeah, I'll say 56. I'll stand on that.
You're fucked up.
I'm calling 56 bodies, 1 abortion. I'm guessing.
I'll do this shit without you. I've been doing this shit without you. My son's fucking nursery is already done. I did everything without you.
Wow, this is like a freaking Tyler Perry movie, dude. You can't make this stuff up. This seems scripted. I mean, she's beautiful, but she's crashing out over a 20-year-old kid. You gotta love it. I mean, these women think that they are, bro, they literally think, oh man, because I know she's a bad person. I mean, respectfully, I'm telling you right now, the bottle girls, bro, No goes, bro. No goes.
You just fucked
Somebody said, let me hit, bruh.
up because that's not the deal that you made to me. That's not the deal that you made to me. And I let you go out here and embarrass me. Because I loved you. I took everything that you ever threw at me. You try to tell these people I wasn't down for the poly relationships and the fucking... I was fucking bitches with you. I was bringing bitches to our fucking room.
That doesn't mean that you're down with the poly relationship, though. Just because you was smashing chicks with him and bringing chicks to the room, that doesn't mean that you were down with the poly relationship. That just means that you wanted control of the situation. You wanted to know who he was smashing. You wanted to make sure it wasn't somebody you knew. You wanted to make, or maybe you wanted to make sure that it wasn't somebody who you thought was, you know, hotter than you or competition. I don't know. But it looks like she was down for the cause for a little bit. But something in there, she started to feel disrespected. And that's what it was. Something in this situation, she started to feel disrespected. And I don't know what that was. I don't know what the chain of events was to set that off. But you could tell.
I was sitting downstairs while you was fucking hoes.
She was sitting downstairs while he was smacking chicks out upstairs. I mean, she was down for it. She said, I took everything you threw at me. I mean, look, and I told you. She said she was with it. Me personally, I don't agree with that. I think you should, if you're going to exercise those options, keep it 100% separate. The left hand should not know what the right hand is doing. You don't need to be having threesomes with your girl. What's the point of that, bro? You're just going to get her emotions involved. You want to, if you're going to exercise options, you want the relationship to be traditional with you and your girl, you know, and then you go exercise the options, and yes, she knows that you're exercising options, but she doesn't know when, where, how. She doesn't need to know any of the details, bruh. These dudes doing it backwards, and I guess he thought, or maybe he was testing her. He probably really was testing her, honestly, to see how much she would put up with, and she hit her breaking point.
Poly relationship. You try to bring multiple bitches in. I told you them bitches wasn't thorough. A bitch give you a little spark and you ready to jump all in.
She said, I told you them chicks wasn't thorough. So she did want control of the situation. And she probably was a better judge of character than him. I'm not going to lie. Because she is a woman. She is a bottle girl. And she definitely knows a woman's intentions. So what can we learn from this? Men, sometimes it is okay to take the, I would say take the advice, or maybe take into consideration, what your woman thinks about another woman. I do really think that's important. Sometimes you can weed out what's hating and what's not, and sometimes you can't. But let's keep going.
You kept disrespecting me with bitches that wasn't even respecting our relationship. And then when I sit there and ask for...
What does that mean? They weren't respecting our relationship, but he's in a poly relationship, so he has relationships with multiple women. That's what poly means. And it's polygyny. It's not poly. Like, you're not out here messing with any other dudes.
Some fucking respect. Or some fucking... I'm trying to control you. My fucking rule is...
Somebody said, telling too much, girl, grow up. Yeah, she needs to grow up. I mean, I think even though NLE Choppa, he is definitely toxic, definitely wicked, he's way more mature than she is, for sure. When it comes to, not saying when it comes to what he wants in life, But when it comes to his demeanor and the way he presents himself in the public, he's way more mature.
If you
Yeah, somebody blowing her phone up so she'll get off live. Look at Whoa Vicky in the chat. Human beings will always let us down. God will never let us down. Lord have mercy. I mean, you're crying over a wicked man. Thug, Max, Alpha, Simp, massively attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable man. And NLE Choppa has something to say. He wants to defend himself. He says, I don't care how vegan, spiritual, or mature I am. Protecting my name, my character, and who I am as a person never will leave. So what have we learned here, guys? I think, you know, he is a little sexually deviant, and obviously he wants to explore as many options as he can. I don't necessarily agree with the way that he's doing it. You don't involve your girl with choosing the women. You don't involve your girl with doing this and doing that and all this other stuff. You get another girl to do that, not your main girl. But anyways, he's young. He'll learn later on. There have to be 6 degrees of separation, and everybody needs to understand what that means. You cannot let the left hand know what the right hand is doing if you're going to run this type of play, especially if you are a highly sought after man. Now, if you're like a woman and or if you're one of these guys who are, you know, following up with a woman who's in a poly relationship, then I don't have no advice for you because, you know, me and you can't even speak on like no man stuff. But if you're a guy and you have like you're trying to run like the harem game, as they call it, you cannot like maybe you can have them in a picture or in a setting like maybe at holidays, but it needs to be limited interaction between, especially if you're just going to keep rotating different women. Now, it'd be different if you had 3 women that you were sticking with, riding till the wheels fall off with these 3, but that's not what he was doing. He was bringing in multiple different ones, and then she said if they caught his eye, he'll be on them like white on rice, and he would like, you know, love them and all that kind of stuff, and he want to bring them in, and she doesn't agree with the women that he's trying to bring in. Dude, stop with the, oh, I want to have multiple wives. I want to have multiple relationships. No, you have one wife and then you have concubines, bro. That's it. That's it. But anyways, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship question to the email down below with a screenshot of your CashApp so I know you pay on time, man. Y'all need to be on your mark for with the BS. You already know. Reclaim your throne.
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.